What up, guys? Mad Viking, Extreme Rules. I'm actually super on time for this one. I'm watching the kickoff show, which is just extremely boring. I don't think there's been... Okay, well, it's 8:01, and they're doing a kickoff match. Or was that just the show? Between Kalisto and Apollo Crews. But this should have already started, like I said. Now it's 8:02, and they're still going through the pre-show garbage. But yeah, there wasn't any announced kickoff matches. That's why I didn't report any in my my predictions video. But I'm just waiting for this to start, so hang in there. Well, that pre-show match was actually pretty good for pre-show. Best I've probably ever seen. Apollo Crews versus Kalisto. Kalisto busted out some crap I've never seen before. Even Apollo Crews, he did a standing moonsault. I don't know. If it's, I would definitely say if you haven't seen the match, I'd go and look for it and watch it. But that's it for now. I'm still waiting for this damn pay-per-view to start. It's 8:30. Apollo Crews lost to Kalisto pre-show kickoff match. There you go. Alright, well, this is pretty much the one pay-per-view a year that we can consider ECW night, even though I would say it's pretty light on the ECW antics for this pay-per-view. Usually every match has something involved with weapons and whatnot, and this one this year does not. But we're starting out, surprisingly, Miz versus Dean Ambrose. Z-lister, someone says. Like I predicted, I'm predicting the Miz is going to win, even though I don't want him to win. I want him to be in the main event, basically. Chasing a different title at this point in his career. I'm assuming he's going to at some point. He certainly deserves it. He's been killing it lately. And the fans are taking to him, too. I mean, you got to reward a person's body of work at some point. I mean, Dean Ambrose, if he's going back into the main event picture after this, he really, after a while, had a shitty main event title run. He was really mailing in the matches there for a while, and he shouldn't have had the run that he did. And I think that's why they kind of dropped him down the card a bit, but now I think they're putting him back in it because there's only like 4 or 5 main eventers on each brand. So it's like I think it's his turn to put him back into the main event picture. So let's see how this one goes. Match so far was just a little weird. Like they were making Ambrose have to be this insane wild man, and he's going crazy in the ring, and he can't be controlled. He was barely listening to like refs counts and stuff. He was just beating the Miz up silly for 5 minutes. Dumped him out of the ring, did a dive onto him, threw him into the wall, then threw him back into the side of the ring. Just recently, the Miz had taken back over. He super kicked him of the ring. He tried to get him disqualified, saying throwing a chair at Ambrose, making it look like he was going to hit him with it. Since then, Miz has been working over Ambrose pretty good, but the whole match is going to be based on, you know, making Ambrose look like he's mentally unhinged and about to like throw the match any second and get a DQ. That's what it looks like anyway. Like I said, right now Miz is just working him over, just regular stuff, nothing flashy. Alright, that wasn't a bad match. It was kind of basic, but it had its moments. At the very end, it really picked up speed with the way that the Miz was trying to throw the match. Maurice got thrown out towards the end. But when the Miz had his shot, he threw Dean Ambrose into the ref, of course, who wasn't paying attention. And the ref got knocked out of the ring and disqualified Dean Ambrose. And ta-da, the Miz is now an 8-time IC champion. Miz over Dean Ambrose. The next matchup is Alicia Fox versus Noam Dar, Sasha Banks versus Sasha Banks and Rich Swann. They just started the match. It's going to be the women. No, nix that. Alicia Fox ran away from Sasha Banks, and the guys are starting off. Oop. Wow, that was a very short, very fast match. Notable things in the match: Sasha Banks did a double knee takedown to Noam Dar from the top rope out to outside the ring. Rich got the pin with a moonsault off the top rope. Sasha Banks and Swan, of course, are now dancing, which is kind of funny, but I think we all knew they were going to win this match. But very short match, man. Maybe that was 5 minutes, unless I know I was daydreaming a little bit, but oh well. Well, next up is the Kendo stick on a pole match between Bayley and Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss out versus Bayley, and the crowd is very into her. A couple of her little blow-up buddies aren't working, and she's trying to get them up, which is kind of funny. But match hasn't started yet. Bliss isn't coming out yet, but I'm just announcing the next match. Both women early just brawling. They both went after the kendo stick at the same time. Bayley knocked it loose, but it fell to the ring apron, and both girls fell to the floor. They both just climbed back into the ring, tried to dive on the kendo stick, and basically went back out to the floor where Bayley's in charge, and she's throwing Alexa Bliss into the wall repeatedly. She just did her Bayley to belly suplex on her outside the ring. And she's just standing there staring at the kendo stick now like a dumbass. Go get it. And the crowd's behind her going crazy. She's got her hand on it. And now she's like moving in slow-mo, going after Bliss. Bliss now sees she has the canes, freaked out. Bayley's chasing her around the ring. She gets back into the ring. Nope, and she jumps back out. Bliss is running. Bayley's right behind her. She jumps back into the ring. She falls. Now she's begging for mercy to Bayley. Bayley has yet to even raise the stick. Now she's winding it up like it's a baseball bat. She goes to hit her, and Bliss spears her, loses the kendo stick. Now Bliss has it, and she's going to town on her. Third hit. Four hits. Five. 6. Kids are freaking out. They're showing their faces in the crowd. 7 hits. Bliss is winding up. Up. Bayley to belly suplex, but Bliss still hangs on to the kendo stick. Another incredibly short match. Basically, I just shut off the camera. Bliss hit her 2 more times with the cane. Then she kicked Bayley in the stomach and set up a DDT and pinned her just like that. Not a very extreme rules type match, but Bayley never hit Bliss once with the cane. And Alexa Bliss retains. Wow. Alright, and I picked Bayley to win. But oh well. Well, I'm assuming this match must be going to be a long one, considering we've had really 2 fast, quick matches. That would be the Hardy Boys versus Sheamus and Cesaro in a steel cage. I didn't realize they were in a steel cage until, I guess, today. I guess I haven't been paying attention, because I reported how weak this pay-per-view was for Extreme Rules. This one I did have a lot of problems predicting, but I do believe I said Sheamus and Cesaro are probably going to win this. Even though if the Hardys haven't won their court battle with Anthem, I don't think they should be dropping the titles yet, but we'll see. Match starts out with everybody just going ape-s crazy. Cesaro, Sheamus instantly start trying to climb up the cage and get out. Hardys stop that. Then Sheamus tries to run and dive out the cage door. Matt stopped it. Jeff tried to climb out. Cesaro stopped him. Cesaro tried one more time, and Matt Hardy pulled him down. And now they're actually starting to have a wrestling match. Jeff just got tossed into the side of the cage by Cesaro and Sheamus. Now Matt did, head first. And now they're taunting and celebrating in the middle of the ring. Now they're going to try. Now they're both trying to climb out of the cage again. And the Hardys grab both of them by the legs and pull them back down. Cesaro showcasing his power. Jeff Hardy was escaping the cage, and Cesaro was hanging Jeff Hardy by his arm outside the cage, stopping him from leaving. But Jeff just fell, so that means he's out of the match now, right? I didn't quite get the stipulations because of the way the announcers are talking about it. Yeah, because now Jeff's out of the match, leaving Matt in the cage alone with Sheamus and Cesaro. That's not usually how cage matches work, but okay, Matt's making his attempt. This could be the crowd is chanting delete. Wow, Matt just springboard on top of the cage. I hate when they dilly-dally like that and just set. Now Matt's caught by Cesaro. Jeff is pulling Matt by his arm straight down. If he falls like that, good God. Now Cesaro has climbed over the top and he's headbutting Jeff down. And they're pulling Matt back over the top of the cage. I was going to say, Matt was, you had to see that. He was literally almost over the top of the cage. If he would have fallen, he'd have landed head first. Now they have him set up off the top ropes. Looks like they're doing a Celtic cross. Yeah, double teamed Celtic cross on Matt. Or AKA the Razor's Edge. They're catching their wind. Basically, Sheamus and Cesaro, I guess, the stipulation could just climb outside the cage and win. Jeff's trying to go into the cage. He's trying to open the door. Cesaro meets him there and gets cracked in the face by the door. Cesaro kicks the door into Jeff Hardy's face, and he's out. Now Sheamus is doing the stupidest exit out of the cage he possibly can. Matt Hardy runs up and grabs him, and he's slowly pulling him back in. Matt Hardy twists of fate. Sheamus, Cesaro's trying to climb out of the cage. Matt yanks him back down. Matt, whatever that was, just chucked him off the cage. Now he's climbing the cage again. He just springboard up. He's got one leg over. Get the other one. Go! He's got both legs over. Cesaro has him by his head. He's pulling him back over. He just European uppercutted him on top of the steel cage. And Matt is just hanging off the side of the cage. Now Sheamus is climbing up the top rope with Sheamus. They're going to pull some double team move here. Oh my God. Top rope white noise, but they both did it on Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's earning his paycheck tonight. Jeff just tore his t-shirt off. Guess he's climbing back into the cage. I don't get this cage rule match because this is not usually how a cage match works. Jeff is on top of the cage backwards. Whisper in the wind on both Sheamus and Cesaro off the top of the cage. Wow. Matt is trying to get Jeff up to get him out of the cage. Through the door, Sheamus and Cesaro have climbed the cage. They're both on top. They're coming down. There's no way they're not winning this. Matt is dragging Jeff through the door. Sheamus and Cesaro won. I predicted they were going to win, but it sucks. Matt had dragged Jeff out just a second or so later after Cesaro and Sheamus hit the ground. Fans are not happy. I'm not really thrilled about it either. They're celebrating and the fans are all doing this right behind them. Nobody's happy with it. Cesaro and Sheamus over the Hardys. It's a good match. A little bit of some stalling there in the beginning, but it was a good match. I'll say that. Not the best cage match ever, but it was good. Next match up is Austin Aries versus Neville for the Cruiserweight title. So far all they're doing is just lollygagging, tit-for-tatting around the ring. They haven't even thrown a punch yet. Now they're trying to do a test of strength, which Neville faked, and he's trying to do a takedown on Aries, which Aries chopped him. And he has Neville in some sort of submission mold right now, but I can't tell you what it is. Looks like a stand-up tarantula. But Neville just speared him into the corner, and he released it. Aries got in the last chancery. Is that the name of his finisher? And Neville escaped. They went out to the outside of the ring, and Aries just flipped Neville into the guardrail, picked him back up, and then threw him down the other end of the aisle into the guardrail. But the first flip thing was just unbelievable. Right now it looks like he's got him set up for an attitude adjustment, but he's walking him around the ring with him on his shoulders. Which he just face first him into the ring apron. He's throwing him back into the ring. He's going to the top rope. I think Neville just ran back outside. Yep. Aries is acting like he's getting ready to do a dive. And Neville moves. Now he's back up on the top rope. Elbow drop to the outside of the ring. It looks like Aries legitimately hurt himself. He's pissed. I don't think this is story-wise either. He's not happy. Alright, maybe it is. Maybe it's storyline. Because, of course, Neville is instantly going for it. Neville had been in control about the last 5 minutes. He had Aries laid out on the mat. He went to the top rope for, I don't know what it looked like, a suplex. A drop kick. And Aries caught him mid-air, turned it into a power bomb, and then switched it into the figure four, at which Neville just now grabbed the rope. But these guys seem to be getting injured. Neville's leg buckled during that jump. Aries hurt his knee and possibly his arm in this match. Did I say Neville? Aries. And he's got scratches all over his back, and I don't know from what. They look like they're kind of bleeding too. Aries is going to the top rope. He missed. Aries is on top of him, putting him in the rings of Saturn. I think Aries is trying to get his feet under the ropes. Oh, he is way away. He's pushing himself backwards. Never seen that before. He's trying to kick the rope. Yep, he got it. Aries rolled over on Neville, and now he has him in the rings of Saturn. Neville just grabbed the ref. I don't know why Aries is getting distracted by that. Now he just got super kicked in the face.
I think Aries was aware that Neville might have been thinking about attempting to get himself disqualified. And Aries did not want the match to end that way, Corey.
Neville's just sitting there.
Again, the slight delay. Aries took his eyes off the prize just long enough for the king of the cruiserweights to deliver a brutal super kick.
It's really taking a lot of time here. Alright, he's putting Aries up on the top rope. He just uppercutted him. I don't know what he's doing. He must be gassed. He's taking his time climbing up there. He's got him in a headlock. Now he's climbing the top rope finally. Aries is starting to fight back. Aries, I think, is going to hit it. No, he boxed Neville's ears. Neville is right back at it on the top rope, or second rope anyway. Aries has him in a headlock, and he's leaning back off the top turnbuckle. He releases the hold, and he's setting up for something here. It looks like a sunset flip. Yep. Nice. Just spiked him. In the chancery, he's got it set up again. Neville almost tapped. He's got his hand up to tap. Oh, he went to do it, and then he didn't, which was dumb. He's got his leg under the rope, so now Austin has to break. Except he's not. He just dragged Neville. He's doing it now outside of the ring, on the ring, out on the floor. But he's tapping there. But Aries is telling him he can't get the victory out there. The ref is telling Austin that he can't get the victory out there. I think he's going to go do it again. That's what it looks like he's setting up for. Now he went and threw him back into the ring. Alright. Well, it was a weird setup because Aries discus punched Neville to the outside of the ring, and then Aries went for a dive and Neville dodged it. Fans are not happy with this one either. Neville threw Aries back into the ring, climbed up the turnbuckle, did a backwards broken arrow onto Aries, and then instantly went into the ring of Saturns, and Aries tapped like that. And I know I picked Aries to win, so I got 2 title matches wrong. This was a good match. I'd give it about a B. A B minus. But it was a good match. Aries earned his paycheck in this match. I'll say that for sure. Next is the 5-way dance. What are they called? 5-way match in the WWE. Out first was Bray Wyatt, and he has some new apron on. It looks like skin, human flesh with faces and animal faces made into it. It was pretty freaky looking, but it was cool. You only got to see it for a second or two because the lights were out. Next, of course, is Seth Rollins. Nothing new with him. I don't think that's new gear. But it's his old black and gray Power Ranger uniform. Not Power Ranger, X-Men uniform. Which is pretty dope looking, but crowd is pretty good into him. But they were giving Bray a pretty good cheer too, so We'll see. Out next is Samoa Joe in his black and green trunks. I think he only has 3 different kinds. The crowd is into him too. They're chanting Joe. I said I would love to see Joe win this. Like I said, if you watched my predictions video, you know my feelings on this. I think Joe and Lesnar, but obviously if you went against Lesnar though, whoever fights Lesnar next is not losing. Lesnar hasn't even had a match since he won the belt. So I wouldn't want to see Joe be fed to Lesnar. Next is Finn Balor. See if he's painted up or anything. Nope. So I guess there's no demon for us. Before Reigns' music even hit, the entire arena was showering him with boos. Of course, he was the last one out, and he's wearing his black and red attire. So let's see who wins. I know I predicted it's probably going to be Reigns, even though I don't want him to win. I want Bray or Roman to win. I mean, Bray or Joe to win. So we'll see. And I can live with Rollins winning too. Well, this match is going predictable. Like I said in my predictions video, it'll be 2 people in the ring fighting while everybody else is laid out around the ring. First big thing of the match was Finn just now splashed Samoa Joe and Rollins outside the ring, and of course Superman comes and breaks it up, and everybody's booing. Bray and Samoa Joe have been teaming up to the crowd's delight, and they just took out Roman Reigns, which drove the crowd insane. And Bray stood up on top of the stairs and took a bow for the audience, and he's still laughing about it because he's getting such a crowd reaction out of kicking Roman Reigns' ass. But they're continuing the reign of terror, going around the ring, just beating up everybody one by one. This will be great. This will be my 2 picks if it comes down to these guys later on brawling for the #1 contendership. Now they're working over Finn Balor. And they seem to be having a really good time of what they're doing. I think this is kind of cool. They'd make a great tag team, but I do not want that to happen. Now Joe's throwing Balor into the ring, and Wyatt's working over what's left of... No, he's getting back into the ring too. They're still tag teaming Balor. Joe's giving Wyatt a piece now. Seth Rollins got involved for a bit and kind of broke up the team of Joe and Wyatt. But Wyatt got back in control, took Seth outside, and DDT'd him on top of the stairs. And Samoa Joe is still in the ring working over Finn Balor. He had him in a sleeper hold, and then Finn while in the sleeper hold, ran up the turnbuckle, flipped over, and knocked Joe out. And then Bray Wyatt slid back in with a chair and just hit Balor. Now Reigns is back up and he's in the ring. Wyatt is hitting him with a chair, and the crowd's going apeshit. He just kicked him back out of the ring for the 2nd time. Reigns has really not been doing anything in this match. Bray's acting like he's going to hit Samoa Joe with the chair, and Joe is just looking at him. And Bray's smiling maniacally, but I think he's just screwing around. Yeah, he hits Finn Balor. I like this little Samoa Joe Finn Balor alliance. He's putting a chair on top of Balor, setting up for Joe to do his Samoan splash, I'm assuming. Yeah, which Joe is responding to. That had to hurt too, because he had the backside up with the edges pointing and stuff. God. Now, Joe is putting a chair back on top of Finn for Bray to go do his splash. Bam! And Joe made sure he returned the favor by pointing the chair up with the edges up for Bray, too. I think this alliance is about to end because they're both trying to jump on Bray at the same time, but they stop. Oh, now Bray's got the chair and he's putting it in this corner. Samoa Joe has Finn Balor posted up against the chair. Bray and Joe are backing up. I think Joe is going to throw Bray into Finn Balor, but he jumps up and kicks him in the face. Joe runs in. Balor counters it and throws Samoa Joe headfirst into the chair. Bray's back on Balor. Misses a clothesline. Reigns is up with the drive-by from outside the ring on Bray. And he's back in the ring. The crowd is booing. He's going after Balor. He's doing a one-arm powerbomb on Balor. Joe's up. Swoop. No, I thought he was going to spear him, but he missed. He went for the Superman on Joe. Now he's on Bray. At this point, there's bodies everywhere. Joe had Finn Balor in the Kona Clutch standing outside the ring. Reigns speared all of them through the guardrail. Seth Rollins jumped on the top rope and dived onto Finn Balor through the announcer's table. It looked like he cracked his knee right on the edge of the table, though. He might be done again because he was screaming in pain after he landed. Not a good move. But Reigns is the only one kind of crawling around at this point. That was a good, crazy match. I don't have a lot of time left. I'm going to rewind and actually watch it again. But the crowd, and along with me, are very happy with the way this ended. Samoa Joe won, even though they set it up at the end that it looked like Roman Reigns was going to win. But Joe slid in and put Finn Balor in the Kona Clutch, and he passed out, and Samoa Joe got the victory. So Samoa Joe is going on to face Brock Lesnar, but I've already read that's not going to happen. It's supposed to be Braun Strowman. I don't know. We'll see. But that was an A match. It was the match of the night. They need to have more matches like this to save wrestling, because I hear their ratings are so bad they're going to lose their TV contracts. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching.